Hi world, it's Gigi. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Gigi's Loc Garden, where I talk to you about my loc journey and everything that goes with it. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 4 mistakes that I've made throughout my loc journey. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is obviously I don't want you to make the same mistakes. I want your locks to be full and healthy, and I want your locks to thrive. So let's get right into it. So the first mistake I made was early on in my loc journey, and it was to use beeswax in my hair. Now, beeswax is this very sticky product that was used very commonly in the old days to start and maintain locks. Now, the problem with beeswax is that it's very sticky. It's super sticky, and it attracts dirt. It can attract dirt, and it weighs your hair down. It's just very heavy, and it can leave a lot of residue in your hair. It's very difficult to wash out as your locks mature. So I realized early on that it wasn't gonna work for my hair. I don't know about other people, but for me in particular, it was just weighing my hair down too much, and it wasn't a very clean look. Like, you could actually see that product, that beeswax, and I just didn't like that look. So, and then later on I found out that I didn't even need all those heavy products to lock my hair. I mean, really, after a fresh shampoo, all you need is maybe a little bit of an oil mix to seal in the moisture, and that's all you need. So my advice is to just stay away from the very heavy products that will leave all that residue in your hair, because you really don't want all that residue to stay in your hair as it locks. Also, because clean hair actually locks faster, so it's best to just keep very light products in your hair at all. The second mistake I've made was to not moisturize my hair enough. Now, I'm not talking about using heavy conditioners, because as I mentioned earlier, you really don't want to use heavy products, heavy moisturizers or conditioners. You really want to stay away from those, especially when you have those baby locks, when you first start your locks. But what I'm talking about here is trying to keep your hair from getting excessively dry. And I really wasn't paying attention to the moisture of my hair. Some of the things that I was doing, for example, I wasn't really paying attention to the shampoos I was using. I was just kind of using any kind of shampoo out there. But now I pay attention, and I make sure I use a moisturizing shampoo, and I feel like those have made a difference as far as the moisture in my hair. The other thing too is I really wasn't keeping up with the oiling of my scalp and my hair. Now, I'm not talking about soaking your hair with oils and making your hair greasy. No, I'm not talking about that. But you do need some very light oil, like olive oil or jojoba oil, to try to keep the moisture in your hair. Try to keep it in your hair. And I really am not so great at doing that. I don't really keep up with that so much. I'm getting a little better, but definitely it was worse before. It was worse before. So I'm trying to do better. The third mistake I've made with my locks is not sleeping consistently with my satin scarf or bonnets. Because if you have this type of hair, you should be sleeping at night with your satin or your silk scarf or bonnet. And why? Again, with the moisture thing, to keep your hair from drying out. Because if you sleep directly on your cotton pillow absorbs the moisture of your hair, and it makes your hair dry. So to try to prevent that, to try to retain as much moisture as possible in your hair, you really should sleep with your scarf on. But I'm not really consistent with that, and honestly that is even before I started my locks. It's just, let me just say, I'm trying to get better at it. I've gotten better though, but yeah, I just need to keep doing it more consistently. Yeah. The fourth mistake that I've made with my locks is going for long periods of time in between retwists. It's usually advised to go about 4 to 6 weeks between each retwist. And some people do for a little bit longer than that, and it's okay. But the reason why you really want to avoid retwisting your hair too often is because retwisting your hair too often would actually cause thinning at the roots of your hair, and you don't want that. And in trying to avoid a thinning problem, I would go for long periods of time. I'm talking about an average of like 3 months, which is kind of long. And the reasons why I did that, it wasn't only because I was trying to avoid thinning, but also because honestly, just laziness. Just laziness, because I don't want to do my hair. The other reason why I would go for long periods of time without retwisting my hair was because it also kind of gave me a different look, where it would look like I still had loose natural hair with a little ponytail. I don't know, it was just a look I was liking at the time. But anyway, even though waiting an adequate amount of time in between retwists will help you avoid thinning, it can also cause some problems if you go for too long. And I think I was able to kind of get away with it in the beginning without too many problems, but I really ran into some issues when we went into this whole lockdown and all the salons were closed. Because, by the way, I go to the salon, I don't typically do my hair by myself. So I went for a period of about 5 months. 5 months, you guys, without doing my hair. And when I went to do my hair this time around, the last time I went, there were definitely some problems. So what is happening is that my hair, my new growth, is actually starting to grow outside of the lock, if it makes sense. So coupled with the fact that I wasn't keeping up with the moisture, my hair was starting to break. I was starting to experience some breakage, and as my new growth was coming up, it's not really growing inside the lock, it's growing outside of the lock, and it's happening mostly around my edges here and in the back of my hair. So I'm actually in the process of repairing a few locks that got pretty thin. Because again, the thinning happens because the new growth is not contributing to the lock. It's kind of growing on its own around the lock, which is no good. So try to keep up with your hair maintenance. It's okay to wait for a little while, but try not to go for months and months like I did. I can make a lock repair video for you guys, because I'm definitely going to repair a few of my locks. So stay tuned for those in the upcoming videos. Alright, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and share with your friends. And especially don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you on the next video. Till then, take care. Bye.